And we are live. Welcome back, everybody, to Beyond the ToolBelt, episode 307. I am your host, Cobb Backer. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful Wednesday edition. We will be right back after our short intro from our sponsors.
Roofing, siding, windows, gutters, solar. Roofing, siding, windows, gutters, solar. TC Backer, TC Backer.
Is your lead flow down? Whether you're a company owner, office staff, salesperson, or installer, you're a roofing rock star. We help you get more leads with custom SEO, Google Ads, and a pro website.
Welcome to Behind the ToolBelt, where the stories are bold, the conversations are real, and the insights come to you live, raw, and uncut. Every week, host Cobb Backer sits down to bring you the stories, the struggles, the lessons learned, and the wins. No filters, no scripts, just the truth. Please welcome your host of Behind the ToolBelt, Cobb Backer.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to Behind the ToolBelt, the show where we talk about building things that last, like businesses, crews, habits, and mindsets. And I am your host. Can't believe this. 307? 307. 307 as we wind down the season. Coming up, we're approaching our sixth season. And with that, a lot of cool things happened around the time we started this thing. We had our home shows. We had 21 Turkey Salute. We had a lot of things develop around that time, and a lot of things developed because of this podcast when Chris Baker and I and a lot of our amazing guests, but most importantly, those of you that are listening right now and that have followed us, have given us input on things that, we do today in our community. And one of those things that we all hold near and dear to our heart, which is like Christmas morning for us, is our 21 Turkey Salute. And today I want to talk about that. I want to talk about why our 21 Turkey Salute didn't just feed people during a hard time, but it changed our company. It changed how we run things. It changed how we operate for the long run. And I'm going to try to explain exactly why it has changed us and why people want to come work here and why people choose us and choose to trust us with their homes and their businesses. And I'm sure I'm going to leave some things out. I know I'm going to. There's a lot of people that were involved back then, and I'd love to be able to get a head count of the original people. I know Jano was there. I know Matt Bracken showed up, I think with his daughter. I think he brought like a half thawed turkey to the event that we had to hurry up and try to get thawed out before we dropped it in. Obviously, Pastor Joel was there, and Jana, and I think there was a guy that did a video blog or something of us that came down there. I know for a fact Baker was there because he was one of the co-founders of not just Beyond ToolBelt, but it was us running our mouths and had to cash that check our ass wrote one night on Behind the ToolBelt. And I think it was Zach Fisher or somebody, one of our listeners actually told us what the Guinness Book of World Records for deep frying turkeys all at one time at the same exact time was 20. So I think we were batting around, 80. We're going to do 80. We're going to cap this bitch off with 80. chase that mofo. And I think we came to our senses during that podcast where I was like, let's just do one more, just one more. Because what's going through my head at that time, I'm like, man, I only got like 3 turkey pots and maybe 2 propane tanks and a couple other things. So I'm like, let's start out a little small. And how it's grown, we're up to 27 this year. This year's our 6th annual 21 turkey. We have fed hundreds, if not thousands, of people, and that inspired us to do many more things. Food drives, diaper drives, you name it. We're doing it, or we done it, or planning to do it. I'm sure. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about how it's changed our company, changed our culture, and has been a learning lesson for all of us, a growing lesson in leadership, handling situations under stressful times, and all kinds of things. And COVID-19 turned normal life upside down, and we I guess Chris and I and whoever else was there. Vic, I don't know if you were in the room back then in those days or not. You were? Okay. Well, then you were there too, I'm sure. And Tina and the whole family. Which we gotta find some pictures. I'm pretty sure Rachel and Johnny were there. We got to get a head count on that. Jana, if you're listening, let's find some photos. I'm sure Rachel has photos of a head count because she's actually the one that recorded all 21 of us. We had little badges on. We still wear the badges and count down and do all that stuff. And it's just it's awesome. It remains to be awesome. It started out for an amazing cause, and that's when we really realized, at least for me personally, how fortunate I am. But I think the most important thing was that we needed to do more. We got to do more for our community. That has been so awesome to us, and there had to have been something that we could do during that time. I was like, we are engineers, we are builders of things. We work with our hands. We have plenty of gear and all the grit that goes with all that. And what are we going to do? And that's kind of how it was. And we found out what the world record was for deep frying turkeys at one time. And so we set up safely outdoors. And we did 21, and we called it 21 Turkey Salute. And we made a promise from then on to one up, every year. And since then, the tradition has grown into something bigger than a record. I mean, every year we serve hundreds of people, and last year we served over 1,000 plates of food to our neighbors who needed them. And I think every year we see them get younger and younger, and families with little children, and obviously single parents, and the list goes on of the impact that we have. And it becomes a day our community looks forward to, and I know for a fact that our team essentially drops everything that's going on and participates, and we all do, no matter what's going on in our personal lives or professional lives. And it's meaningful, to us, and it's organized, and it's done with purpose. And it has showed us what true consistency and discipline is all about. And that we hope that we created that in our team members' DNA to bring that discipline and that tenacity and that consistency to work every day, but most importantly, take that home to their families. And that's one of many things that this 21 Turkey, the salute, has done for us as a company, and galvanize and create that culture that we hold onto and build upon so deeply and dearly, year in and year out. And at the heart of it, the 21 Turkey has just become more than just a deed. It's alive. just like this podcast is right now. It's live public stress test for our team to build on. And then that exact quality we want to teach, our team and what people should expect, from us every day, right? That same tenacity that we put into this is something that we should bring. We should bring it every day to our work life, to our home life, to all those things. And what it shows competency. Okay. It shows reliability. It shows safety. Okay. Vic and I were just talking about safety the other day, and of course, care. Our whole entire core values have been built around this event. I mean, if you have read, and we'll share it with anybody that wants to read our core values. Now I need to update them. I have updated them personally, but I got to share it with the rest of the company. We've added one in there, and but anyhow, we'll share. But if you read them, you'll see that everything about the 21 Turkey Salute is in our core values. And I'm real big on competency. First off, I don't like to look incompetent. Believe it or not, even though I'm probably the most incompetent person when it comes to many things. And a lot of it has to do with, I'm going to get off topic here for a second. Life's about asking difficult questions. And what I mean by that is I spent half of my life not wanting to look dumb, not knowing that I probably don't look dumb if I ask a question, but if I did, it probably would have only been for about 5 minutes, but I would spend a decade looking stupid because I didn't know how to do something because I was afraid to ask that uncomfortable question. So life is about a series of uncomfortable, only for us, uncomfortable questions, not even realizing that there's probably other people in that room that are grateful that you did ask that question. So ask more questions. Anyhow, so competency. I wanted to add that little tidbit in there. Don't be afraid to ask those uncomfortable questions, and most likely they're only uncomfortable for you. So, coordinating all those fryers, dozens of volunteers, food safety standards, permits. We had to get more permits this year than we have. I think there's about 3 to 5 permits that we haven't had to get before, from food and health safety certs to our tent being inspected to, there's permits to pull to even set up in the city. And, and the 1,000+ plates is a serious project. I mean, it truly is. And then there's purchasing involved. There's stage planning, timing needs to be nailed, temperature monitoring, the quality. We have to protect the quality, right? Because we're not going to serve shitty turkey or mashed potatoes or, because that's how you do anything is how you do everything, right? So our turkey has to be the best turkey. And when you watch us run the salute, and I'm emphasizing us, because it takes a village, man, to do this. You're watching us run a complex job. Whether if you compared that to a siding job, a window job, a roofing job, it shouldn't be any different. I mean, it's orchestrated, it's planned, it's scheduled. All these things and all these people that we have to get involved. You get to watch us in action, okay? And so we don't say we don't say we can execute what we prove it, and where everyone can see it, and we're definitely on stage. So next is reliability. Okay. Deadlines. There's deadlines. Deadlines don't care about weather, right? And neither do hungry families, is the way that I see this thing. Every year we say we'll be there, and every year we show up on time. with a plan and with a backup plan and another backup plan, just in case if something changes. And that rhythm builds. That rhythm right there is what builds our culture and builds our reputation. You can feel that day, that morning, the night before, that day. And when we're done and we're cleaning up, like there's this huge sigh of relief, like we did it again somehow, some way. Something is watching over us to be able to perform this at the level, at the scale, at the efficiency that we run and operate this thing. People, people come to depend on us, and we are dependable. And then there's the safety aspect of it. And I'm talking about things that these are all things that have changed the way that we run and operate our business today. And I'm speaking on things that have changed in our company and that things that we're still working on today. And these are things that we're trying to teach and coach and lead by example. As just this one simple day. I know it just seems like 3 or 4 hours. We end up busting out 100 to 120 turkeys in a matter of just minutes. Within 3-4 hours, this thing is done. But weeks and hours go into planning this thing and making sure that everyone is safe. There's hot oil, and hot oil demands cool heads, right? We got to stay cool. We got to stay calm. And we treat that responsibility with respect. And we respect the city and everything that they ask us to do. And we remain safe. In every aspect of everything that you could possibly think of, we have gone over and beyond on our PPE, from the spacing of the pots. Then that started out early because we needed 6-foot distancing. And early on was, the face mask and all that stuff. But the discipline, the fire watch, we got to keep an eye on everything and make sure that they're still lit, nothing's leaking and all that stuff. And all our propane tanks are new propane tanks, nothing old, nothing rusty, none of that stuff. We used to take donated propane tanks. We won't do that anymore. I buy new ones. Every year we get new ones. And so if anybody ever wants to participate monetarily or donate, turkeys or oil, we're looking for oil this year. Our supply from the past couple of years can no longer provide us with oil. So I'm checking around on pricing for oil and stuff right now. My dad might be able to hook us up with his vendor that he uses down there at the restaurant. I spoke with him this morning, but the turkeys are ordered, the tent's ordered, the permits are in, everything's good to go. And there's a lot of people involved to make sure that these strings are being pulled. And I'm grateful for every single one of them, every single person that has been involved with this. And like Zach said, it's very humbling. Very humbling. And Zach's been I think Zach, 6 years in a row, Zach was there and his family. I think that's where our relationship had really bonded at that point in time. I mean, with the world being upside down and us just wanting to smash it in the face and not, there was strength in numbers that day when we did that. We felt strong. We felt positive. And unfortunately, we ran out of food in like 30 minutes, literally. We didn't even advertise for it. We just set up a curbside pickup and literally we had to turn people away. And it was so freaking heartbreaking. And a lot had changed. A lot has changed since then. And care, serving more than just 1,000 plates is not just a stunt that we pull every year. It's a statement about what we value. We serve when there's nothing to sell. There's nothing to sell, right? We help when no one is watching. That kind of care is the foundation of trust and the foundation that we are building here. So what does all of that do for our company over time? And here's the long-term effect in plain English. First it builds trust. Okay. The utmost trust with our team members, right? And Zach, ever since that day, and that's a perfect example. Zach that day has trusted me and I have trusted him. I would trust that man to watch my kids. And that says a lot, and there's a few other people. There was at least 25, 30 of us there because we had to do 21 pots. We needed at least 21 people to drop the turkeys and stuff. But it built trust amongst those that were there. And each year that we do this, it builds trust with our team members, and it has helped build our culture today. It's the foundation, and it builds brand equity. Okay. In the community that money can't buy. It's a big part. A big part of that has been our team. Our team is our brand. When our neighbors, right, think of us, we want them to not just see the logo. We want them to think of a hot meal on a cold day. We want them to remember the smiles on our team members' faces when they were in line, serving food with dignity. Okay. We want them to think of a team that shows up. That emotional memory keeps us hopefully at the top of their minds when someone needs a hand personally, their business with whatever the case might be. That word of mouth becomes our strongest channel. Because people don't just remember what we did. They remember how we made them feel. And then it changes the math in our business. When trust walks in a door ahead of us, one of our team members show up at somebody's house and they already know us. They already like us. They trust us. That scales our sales. The sales cycles are shorter, fewer quotes are shopped around, reviews are stronger, referrals compound. And that's but probably one of the least important things about this day. But I did want to mention that. So if there's any other business owners out there listening of what it's done for our team, but also our business and how we can continue to feed our team. And then our team in turn can feed our community. But it just leads to a great culture. And one community event becomes a flywheel for sustainability or sustainable growth. So that's shit. And then let's talk about how it makes us a magnet for talent, whether it's at the home show. I don't know how many people we've been able to recruit at home shows, at the 21 Turkey Salute, our food drives. A lot of people are looking for more than just a paycheck. And Vic was one of those people, and the list goes on. And we've talked about this, how Vic, had a successful business, but wanted to be a part of something bigger, and was looking for purpose, was looking for camaraderie, was looking for pride. Okay. And the 21 Turkey Salute is where future future teammates see who we are on that day. Okay. I mean, we are in the public's eye. They see the coordination that goes into this. They see the humility. They see the leadership at every freaking level. This thing could run without me at this point in time, which is what we wanted. If I'm here, cool. If I'm not, it's still going to go on. The show must go on. And many of the best people that I've met has been through, these events that we do, and have met us at the Salute and or any of our other events and stuff like that. But they volunteered at first. They liked what they saw, and they joined the crew. So anyhow, and let's talk about how it strengthens our operations. The playbook that we built, because yes, this year, actually last year, I believe Tim wrote an SOP. I'm going to call it our playbook we built for the salute is the same playbook that transfers to our daily work. And that's the point I'm trying to make. One of the points that I'm trying to make here about how this has changed our company. We make fewer mistakes than we did the year before at the 21 Turkey Salute in hopes that we'll make fewer mistakes in our personal lives and in our professional lives. It has turned around work a lot quicker. We finish with a higher quality. The event is in itself is a community service on the outside, but it has become an operational training on the inside for our company. And it's deepened our partnerships with the community, whether it be the fire department, the police department, the mayor came down, the police commissioner was there, the news channels, the news outlets. When we feed people, schools, nonprofits, businesses, public safety teams, they notice these things because they want to be a part of it. Where can they help out? What can they donate? What do we need? And when they call, we answer. And when they call, we answer. We take their calls. I mean, that trust opens doors for collaboration, sponsorships, and many other things where, that makes our reach much bigger. And I think when we first started this, how small my thinking was compared to today, the more people that we can get involved, the more reach we have and the more impact that we can have on other people's lives. And all of that has been hardwired into our culture. The one up movement, the one up improvement. You know what I mean? Because every year we do more than one more turkey. We do a lot. We do a lot of turkeys. We do hundreds of pounds of food, and every year we had added one more turkey. On top of the other couple dozen turkeys, we add one more station. We add one more space for somebody else to volunteer. We add one more way to give. We add one more efficiency than we did, last time. That mindset shows up everywhere now, whether our team knows it or not. But that's what's happening here. That's what we've created. We've created a flywheel, and it just, once you get that flywheel going, and now maybe that I've pointed this out to some of our team members. Maybe they don't know why I behave the way that I do sometimes when it comes to these events that we host and things like that, because these are all learning experiences for these guys and gals and their children, that they have never gone to a place to work before that does things like this. Okay. This is much bigger than us just giving to the community, although that is probably the most important thing. But along with that is how and what it's creating for us as individuals to take and carry that in every aspect of our lives, which is the coolest thing. And when you boil it down, the 21 Turkey Salute has created that, that flywheel for our company. It's the service creates trust, and trust creates demand. Demand attracts great people. I mean, that's the bottom line. And great people improve execution, and better execution creates more capacity to serve. And the wheel just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. So, and the people, that's why people choose us. That's why people choose to work here. That's why people choose to stay here. That's why people choose us to do work on our homes, because they trust us. People don't hire a logo. They hire a team to reduce risk and deliver results. And if the 21 Turkey Salute doesn't prove that to anybody, then they better come down at the butt crack of dawn, close the street down with us, help us move the tent. Actually, how about start the night before cleaning all 100 turkeys? Starts there, and the lack of sleep and the hours that go in. But we get it done. The team gets it done. And trust has 4 parts. And the salute puts all 4 parts on display for us, right? And the first part is like I talked about earlier, is the competency. We know what we're doing and we demonstrate it under pressure. The team demonstrates that under pressure. You can see the planning and the precision that goes into this. This is not our first rodeo, whether it's putting on a roof or deep frying turkeys, right? And the second part is reliability. Okay. We do what we say when we say, okay, year after year, that consistency becomes our signature, Okay. And I talk about that all the time. And the third part is unselfishness. Okay. It's something that I like to try to spread around and to anybody, but it's we act in the community's interest, not just our own. We give first, we serve first, we put people before publicity. This isn't a publicity stunt. This is us getting out there, building and developing our team, yes. Okay. But most importantly, we're serving the community first and foremost. That's why we're there. Now it's grown into a community event. And when you do something as big as that, we do it. Yes, it catches people's attention, but that was never the motive behind this. It's just created that flywheel. And that's the point I'm trying to make. And when you can add, when competency, reliability, unselfishness, purpose, let me talk about purpose. Okay. The fourth part that the 21 Turkey Salute has galvanized for me personally is that purpose and ethics. I'm going to throw ethics in there too, where that live public event is the most transparent and raw display of us. Okay. There's no blueprint. There's no fine print. There was no directions that came with this, right? There wasn't something that we read in a book. It was just service in public and some accountability in the open, right? We're just out there, we're making shit happen. And when you can add competency, reliability, unselfishness, purpose, and ethics, when they show up together, okay, people see that. People stick around. They come back. We've seen them come back, whether it's customers, clients, team members that left, they come back and they bring their friends. So when the world shut down during COVID, okay, the team fired up fryers. That's what we did. It started out as just a scrappy idea during COVID-19 and has grown into the 21 Turkey Salute, a record-beating community-powered fest, or should I say feast, serving 1,000 plates to our neighbors who needed it most. And I think that's the most powerful piece is that this little scrappy idea has turned into much bigger than me, much bigger than shit, quite frankly, our whole entire team and our company. It has grown into a community event that, I don't know, speechless. That is absolutely freaking amazing. And I wish I had a better word than amazing. But anyhow, talk about the habits, the safety habits that we've been working on real hard here. And this is a good event to display safety, especially with all the open flame and propane and stuff like that. And we use fryers. And these same habits we are trying to teach our team to use on every project. Volunteers who have met us at the Turkey Salute become teammates. Zach might not work here, but he's definitely on our team. And what we've built, will last for years to come. And I'm hoping at least we can reach, 10-year mark when we hit the 10-year mark. And this is what's cool about it too, is like each year we end up adding a community partner, somebody who wants to get involved. And I think 2 years ago, Mark Jones got involved, just helping out. But now he's full time on his, oh crap, I don't even know what you want to call it, a food truck, JCB events. Now we decided to bring all of the sides. We make the sides now on site. The church, Pastor Joel's kitchen is available to us. So we're making the mashed potatoes on site now, the gravy, the corn, the stuffing, all that good stuff. And of course, we can't forget the pies. And believe it or not, Walmart has been the place to hook us up each year since Jana's idea of bringing pies. They've actually looked forward to us coming in there and asking them for that. So I don't know I guess if you're wondering what all this means, if you can, I don't know, it's almost speechless. What an amazing event. Here's our promise. If we can coordinate 21 fryers safely and on schedule, okay, we can bring that exact level of planning and safety to our jobs. Okay. I hope my team's listening to this. We started this during COVID to serve. Okay. And we've kept serving because trust is built when no one is watching. Okay. A lot of companies talk about community. We treat community like a job. We're hired to do well. We don't just talk about it. We do it. We show up. We say what we're going to do, and we do what we're going to say. And inside our walls of TC Backer, we keep ourselves accountable. We keep ourselves honest by measuring what matters and what matters most. Okay. And after every salute, okay, as an example, after every salute, we look at the numbers. How many plates did we go through? How many sets of silverware did we go through? How many plates did we go through, and cups and bottles of water, pies, all that stuff. We track how many people we serve, essentially. And we track how many of our team members participated. Yes, I look at that too. We track how many new teammates came from volunteering. Okay. And we listen to the community partners who were, we listen to the needs, I guess. Pastor Joel gives us a lot of input on what people need, and we hand out sweatshirts and we hand out beanies and things like that. And by us listening to him and trying to figure out like, what do you guys need down here? And that's where I think the food drive was born, where we've raised thousands of pounds. I mean, thousands, probably close to 25,000, at least 25,000 pounds worth of food, canned goods, ramen noodles, you name it. We've done it. We've brought it. We brought the heat. We filled the whole freaking pantry up. And we get their feedback. And, diapers, a couple of years in a row, we've done diaper drives and stuff like that. And the reason why we measure those things is because we want to protect it. We want to improve upon it. And I don't know. I love this. I'm getting geared up. I went down through my list this morning. I thought that's why this would be a great topic today to talk about the 21 Turkey Salute. And I think the older I get, the more that this means to me and my family, and how it's grown us and developed us into the human beings that we are today. And I remember this picture. It was Jana and I doing an interview, and both of us were speechless. We didn't even know what to say. They were asking us, why are we doing it? It was kind of like, because people are starving. Like I had no better answer. Like there was food insecurity happening, running rampant all over York City. And it just seemed like nobody knew what to do to help anybody. So scrappy little idea turned into the old 21 Turkey Salute. And, the simplest way that I can say is the 21 Turkey Salute started as a response to a hard moment. Okay. And it became a standard for who we are. One better every year. One better every single year. We still use that mantra. And that's why our people love working here. And that's why customers trust us. It's really that simple. It's a lot of work. And when someone says, you must outwork everyone, this is the shit they're talking about. This is it. This is the raw, the real outwork everybody to help everybody, and if you've been a part of the 21 Turkey Salute at any level, thank you. If you've dropped off ingredients, if you helped, if you ran and got mashed potatoes because we ran out of them, or however, whatever level that you've been able to help out. And I see Brad Whitlock's in there. He's donated propane tanks several years in a row for us. So thank you for that, Brad. And thank you for helping build something that feeds people and has strengthened our company at the same time. So it's pretty badass. And if you're hearing this and you're thinking, I want to be a part of this, we'd love to have you. We would volunteer with us. Come on down, consider joining the team. Anytime, I would say between 10 and 12, if you want to come down there. It is on the corner of West Market Street and Mason Ave. And I think with that, I'm going to wrap it up, but Vic will post something in the link, or put a link in the comments there for you guys, whether now or after the show sometime, if you want to be involved or get involved with this. But thank you guys for listening. This is episode 307, and the 21 Turkey Salute is definitely my favorite day of the year. And we don't have turkey at our house during the holidays, by the way. By the time we're done with the 21 turkey, I'm pretty done. And it's the reason more people should get out and do more. And but anyhow, thank you for joining us for episode 307. I am your host, Ty Cobb Backer. Until next week, take care of yourselves. And if you can't stay out of trouble, give me a call so we can get in trouble together.